Knowing something is wrong is one thing, but, actually feeling safe enough to speak up about it, well, that's a whole other story. Today, we're going to walk through how to handle that feeling and find a way to talk to an adult when you're in a situation that just doesn't feel right. Let's talk about how to break that silence safely.
This right here, this is the question, isn't it? It's the one thing that can stop us right in our tracks. And that fear, it's real, it's powerful, and it's exactly what we're going to look at right now.
So before we go any further, I just want to make one thing crystal clear. If you feel scared or anxious or just plain uncertain about speaking up, you are not alone. These are completely normal feelings. It's a human response.
To really get a handle on this feeling, it helps to kind of see what's behind it. So let's dig into the most common reasons why it can feel so incredibly hard to talk to someone. Turns out, most of the time, these worries can be grouped into 3 main categories. And just being able to name them, that's the first huge step toward getting past them. So the first big one is the fear of retaliation. Honestly, this is your survival instinct just kicking right in. Your brain is trying to protect you, asking, hey, what if speaking up actually puts me in more danger? It's a totally logical thought.
And this breaks it down perfectly. You might be worried that the person causing the problem is going to get even angrier, that things will escalate, or maybe even that your own friends might turn on you.
Okay, next up is the fear of not being believed. This is that worry that you'll finally work up all this courage to say something, only to have an adult just brush it off. And man, this can be one of the most silencing fears there is.
Yeah, hearing stuff like just ignore it or you're overreacting, it can feel awful. It doesn't just make you feel bad, it makes you start to doubt yourself, which can make you shut down completely.
And that brings us to the third major fear, getting into trouble yourself. The very idea that asking for help could somehow end with you being punished, well, that's a really powerful reason to just stay quiet.
And this fear can be super specific, right? You might worry about losing your phone or being blamed for what's happening or having even stricter rules put on you. But let's be really clear here. Asking for help to be safe should never end in a punishment.
So now that we've actually named these fears, let's talk about the next step, finding the right person to help you out.
This, right here, is what you're looking for. See, a safe adult isn't just any adult. There's someone who does these key things. They listen, they don't blame you, they take you seriously, and they become your partner in figuring out what to do next.
And that person could be a parent, a teacher you trust, a school counselor, or someone in the school's main office. Honestly, their title is way less important than whether they make you feel heard and secure.
Okay, so maybe you've identified a safe adult. But how do you even start? The good news is you don't have to have some big, perfect speech all ready to go. You can start small.
This is a perfect, really low-pressure way to just open the door. It signals that you need support, but you don't have to spill all the details right away.
Here's another option that's a little more direct and super clear. It gets right to the point and lets the adult know right away that this is a serious situation. This one might be the most powerful because it's just so honest. You're acknowledging your fear, but you're also clearly asking for help. It really invites the adult to be gentle and patient with you. And remember this, you don't always have to use your voice. Sometimes just writing things down, and a note, an email, whatever, can feel a whole lot safer. The goal is just to communicate, and you get to choose how.
Now we're getting to what might be the most important part of this whole thing. It's about a really big shift in how we think about the idea of reporting.
This is the crucial mindset shift. It can feel like you're betraying someone or tattling, but you're not. Speaking up is not an act of betrayal. It is an act of protection for yourself.
Just let that one sink in. Your number one job is not to keep someone else's harmful secret. Your number one job is to look out for your own safety and well-being. That's it.
And that's the bottom line, really. Whatever is going on, you are not in it by yourself, and you absolutely deserve to feel safe at school, at home, and online, period.
And that brings us to one last, really important question. We've talked a lot about speaking up for ourselves, but what about when we see something happening to someone else? Understanding that piece of it, well, that's the key to changing not just one situation, but a whole culture. We'll get into that next time.